A long time ago, on the wide grasslands of the American West, there lived a boy named Crazy Horse. He was born around the year 1840, though no one knows the exact date. His people were called the Lakota Sioux. They were Native Americans who lived on the plains. They followed buffalo herds, rode horses, and lived in teepees. Crazy Horse was born near what is now South Dakota. His Lakota name was Thazun Ki Witko, which means, "His horse is crazy." It was not his first name. When he was young, he had a different name, Curly. His hair was wavy and brown, and that's why people called him Curly. Curly was a quiet boy. He did not talk much, but he watched everything. He listened carefully to the elders. He learned how to ride a horse when he was very young. He also learned how to hunt buffalo, fish in rivers, and respect nature. His father was a respected warrior and holy man. His mother was kind and wise. They taught Curly to be strong and brave, but they also taught him to care for others. When Curly was about 12 years old, he saw something that changed him forever. One day Curly watched as white soldiers attacked a Lakota village. Women and children ran for safety. Teepees were burned. Some people were killed. Curly did not understand why this happened. The Lakota had done nothing wrong. He asked his father, "Why did they do this?" His father said, "They want our land. They do not understand our ways." After this, Curly was no longer the same. He wanted to protect his people. He wanted to fight for them. When he was a teenager, he went on a vision quest. This was a special journey where he went alone into the hills without food or water. He asked the spirits for guidance. During his vision, he saw a rider on a horse. The rider had long hair and was not dressed in fancy clothes. The rider never took trophies and did not show off. He rode into battle without fear. The rider was strong because he stayed true to himself. Crazy Horse believed this vision showed him how to live. When Curly came back, his father gave him a new name, Crazy Horse. It was a family name passed down to him. From then on, Crazy Horse followed the vision he had seen. He never wore war paint. He did not wear fancy feathers or jewelry. He stayed simple. He fought to protect, not to show off. Crazy Horse became known for his bravery. He was a fast rider and a smart fighter. He could ride his horse right into danger and come back without a scratch. Other warriors followed him. They trusted him. Crazy Horse fought in many battles, but one of the most important happened in 1866. White settlers and the U.S. Army were building forts on Lakota land. The Lakota did not agree to this. They wanted to keep their hunting grounds. One fort was called Fort Phil Kearny. It was in Wyoming. Crazy Horse helped lead an attack there. He came up with a clever plan. He and a few others made it look like they were running away. The soldiers chased them, but it was a trap. Other warriors were hiding. When the soldiers came, they were surrounded. The Lakota won the battle. Over 80 U.S. soldiers were killed. It was called the Fetterman fight. Crazy Horse became even more famous. He did not celebrate. He believed fighting was not for glory. It was for survival. More and more white settlers moved west. They wanted gold and land. The U.S. government made new deals with the Lakota, but often broke them. The Lakota were angry and tired of being pushed off their land. In 1876, Crazy Horse joined with other leaders. One of them was Sitting Bull, another great Lakota chief. They came together to protect their way of life. Thousands of Lakota, Cheyenne, and Arapaho gathered by a river called the Little Bighorn. They had heard that U.S. soldiers were coming. The U.S. Army sent a man named General George Custer. He thought he could defeat the native warriors, but he was wrong. On June 25, 1876, Custer and his men found the native camp. He attacked, but he didn't know how many warriors were there. Crazy Horse led a charge with hundreds of warriors on horseback. They rode fast and struck hard. The battle did not last long. Custer and over 200 of his men were killed. It was a great victory for the native people, but it did not last. The U.S. government was angry. They sent more soldiers. They wanted revenge. They wanted to end native resistance. After the battle, Crazy Horse and his people were hunted. Soldiers burned their camps. They killed their horses. Food was hard to find. The buffalo were gone. Many people were cold and hungry. Crazy Horse did not want his people to suffer. In May 1877, he made a hard choice. He went to a fort and surrendered. He hoped it would bring peace. He lived on the reservation, but he was not happy. The government did not keep its promises. They watched him closely. Some people told lies about him. They said he wanted to fight again. In September 1877, soldiers tried to arrest Crazy Horse. He did not want to go with them. A fight broke out and Crazy Horse was wounded. He died later that night. He was about 37 years old. Crazy Horse never let his picture be taken. He did not want to be remembered that way. He wanted to be known for what he did, not what he looked like. In South Dakota, a giant mountain is being carved into a statue of Crazy Horse. It is not finished yet, but when it is done, it will be bigger than Mount Rushmore. It is a way to honor a man who never gave up. Crazy Horse was a quiet boy who became a brave warrior. He saw his people being pushed off their land, and he chose to stand up and fight. He helped lead them through hard battles, including one of the biggest victories at the Battle of Little Bighorn. He never fought for fame. He fought to protect his land, his people, and their way of life. Even after he surrendered, Crazy Horse stayed true to who he was. He did not break his promises. He did not give up on his people. He lived simply and never let his picture be taken because he wanted to be remembered for what he did, not how he looked. Today, people still remember Crazy Horse as a symbol of courage and honesty. He reminds us that doing the right thing is not always easy, but standing up for what you believe in, even when it's hard, is what makes someone truly brave.